So the big question is, what can you actually automate on LinkedIn? So this has been a hot topic of conversation since I released a podcast episode and training earlier about the easiest way to get banned for life from LinkedIn, and that's violating the user agreement. But I had a lot of people reach out to me asking about this Chrome extension and this uh, this tool to use. And people were genuinely concerned, like, am I at risk? And depending upon what they said they were using, I would say to them, yes, you are at risk, or no, you should be fine. Now, there's a big disparity between no, you should be fine, and yes, you're putting yourself at risk. And I want to really dive into that in today's training, in today's episode. But before I do, one of the best ways that you can actually gain visibility, gain traction, generate leads is through creating quality content on LinkedIn, which a lot of people are struggling with. So that is why Nancy and I created something called the High Impact Post Templates for LinkedIn content. So these are 3 templates that help you, almost like Mad Lib style, by filling in the blanks. And one of them is actually a prompt through ChatGPT that you can answer questions that spits out the type of content that LinkedIn wants: thought leadership and storytelling. So if you're watching on social, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, just type the word me in the comments and I will send you the direct link where you can download the resource. If you're listening on the podcast, super easy. The description of this episode has the link right there for you. So what can you automate on LinkedIn? Well, I would say the short answer is nothing, but the longer answer is you can automate and utilize certain tools to take certain things off of your plate. Now, you can't take connecting with people off of your plate. You can't take messaging people off of your plate. You can't take comments and likes off of your plate. That is off the table. The only thing that you can really automate or leverage to create some more time freedom, meaning spent on LinkedIn, is content posting tools. Now, you have 2 options. Option A, LinkedIn has its own scheduling tool. So you can actually create your content ahead of time on LinkedIn, and all you have to do is hit start a post, whether that is on the desktop or the mobile app, and you'll see a little clock on the bottom right that says schedule for later. And you can schedule up to, I believe, 4 months in advance. So I can schedule my content through January. So they allow you to schedule way, way ahead of time, or 90 days. 90 days ahead of time. And all you would do is you would select the date, the time, and then post. And after you pre-schedule your content, you can see what content you have pre-scheduled. And it shows you when it's being posted, at what date, and at what time. So you can use LinkedIn, their own content scheduling tool. Now, what if you're using something like Buffer or Hootsuite, or even Canva has a scheduling tool? Can you compliantly use those? I don't want to say yes or no. I would say, of all of the things, as far as tools to make one's life easier when it comes to LinkedIn, of the tools that people can use as far as connecting with people on autopilot, which you can't do, messaging people on autopilot, which you can't do, commenting and liking, which you can't do. If you're using a content posting platform that connects to LinkedIn that is only posting your content, of all the things that LinkedIn hates, that is the least of their concern, because they actually want people to create content on LinkedIn. But here's the thing. There's no need to pay for an external service when you can schedule directly onto LinkedIn. Now, you may be saying, well, Scott, I don't just post content on LinkedIn. I post on Facebook. I post on Instagram and TikTok. That is all fine, well, and good. Now, if you use a external content posting platform like Hootsuite or Buffer, and you choose to connect your LinkedIn account to it to streamline your content posting process, do you run the risk of still triggering a restriction warning? Absolutely. Is it more unlikely that that's going to happen compared to some of the other things that are people doing? Absolutely. But is it still possible? Yes. So I know it may be a little bit extra work, but if LinkedIn is your main platform, you can use LinkedIn to schedule your content on there ahead of time. And then you can go about using whatever other tool that you're using to schedule across the other platforms. I always like to give a couple different options, but what that tells me, what LinkedIn is telling me, hey, we've noticed that a lot of people are paying for services that help them post consistent content on LinkedIn. So the great thing is, whether you have the free or paid account on LinkedIn, you have access to this. So what LinkedIn is saying, hey, you're already using the platform. We want you to create content. So if it's easier for you to pre-schedule your content, you can do it right on here. So again, it's just a warning that of the things that LinkedIn looks out for as far as automation or tools or things that people are using for process purposes, they are most on the lookout for anything that is scraping data, anything that is exporting contacts and emails and phone numbers into a database, anything that connects on autopilot, anything that messages on autopilot or comments and likes like an engagement pod. They are looking out for that type of stuff. What they are least looking out for are content creation and posting tools like Hootsuite and Buffer. That doesn't mean you can't get restricted. You still can, but it's least likely to happen from that. So if you're using a tool like that and you want to make your life completely sound as far as getting restricted, just schedule your content right through LinkedIn's content scheduler and make your life easier. As a reminder, if anyone is looking to create better content on LinkedIn with our high impact post templates, you get 3 of them. If you're watching on social, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, just type the word me in the comments and I'll send it over to you. If you are listening on the podcast, super easy. Just head to the description of this episode, click on the link, download the templates, and use them. So I hope you found today's training and today's episode helpful, and it'll keep you compliant and keep you from not getting restricted on LinkedIn. So love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.